DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. What I want to talk in this vid is about efficiency, how we can increase our efficiency. So we talked about productivity, effectiveness, efficiency. These are three different things. And sometimes people use these words interchangeably, but I want to make sure y'all understand there's a difference between them. Productivity is just about producing in volume. Productivity is just about volume. It's basically a additive thing. You can just produce more. You can multiply too when it comes to productivity. So if I was to go and make 50 videos in one day, I could say, hey, I was very productive because I recorded 50 videos in one day. That's productivity. Effectiveness means, are you actually getting closer to the goal? So it depends on what the goal is. Now, if the goal is just record 50 videos, then my productivity was effective because the goal was just produce 50 videos. But if my goal is instead, I want to get 1 million video views, then it depends, right? Because one video might get 1 million views. Or I might put out 50 videos and all 50 together did not get 1 million views. So it depends on what the goal is and how each thing that I produce is actually getting me closer to what the outcome is. So effectiveness is based on what the actual measurable is. You have to know what that is. And then efficiency is how easily can I get to the effective outcome based on my productivity. In other words, if I want to get 1 million video views, and let's say every video I put out gets 10 views, well, I could just make 100,000 videos. 100,000 videos, 10 views each, gets me 1 million views. There, I did it. But what if I could make one video and that one video gets me 1 million views? I'll probably put a lot more time into that one video to make sure it's done exactly right to give me that 1 million views, and that allows me to be more efficient. So that one video probably takes me less time, even though I put a lot of time into that one video. It'll take me less time in aggregate to do the one video than it would take me to do 100,000 videos individually to each get 10 views. You get what I'm saying? So there's a difference between being productive, being effective, and being efficient. Now here's the point that you got to get, and I'm not even going to, actually I'll make this a separate video from what I was actually going to talk about. I'll talk about that in the next video. What you need to figure out here though, in the process of doing this, is how to do all three at the same time. Because you want to be productive, you want to be producing something, because human beings, we are designed to work. We're made to have something to do. Any person who doesn't have anything to do usually end up, well, first of all, you'll end up listless. You have no energy because you don't have anything to do. You don't have a reason to actually exist. You don't have a reason to be on the planet. And you know, a person who's relatively young with nothing to do just has a boring, nothing happening, no excitement life, because they have no reason to be out there waking up every day, and there's no direction to them when you're not being productive. So we need to be productive. And older people they decide to no longer be productive. Usually people call this retirement. When you retire and you don't have anything to do, or you don't have a reason to actually get up and go do something, you know what happens to those people? They usually end up dying within 2 years of retirement. When people retire and they don't have a next thing, they don't have something to do, whether they don't start another business, or they're not mentoring some young people, or they don't have some grandkids to look after or something, or they don't pick up golf, whatever. They don't have something to do. People who retire usually end up dying because they don't have nothing to do. So you want to be productive. At the same time, you want to be effective, because effective is about reaching your goals. So if you have goals, of course you want to actually reach them. So you want to be effective, so you're actually getting closer to your goals and actually hitting them and doing the stuff that you said you were going to do. So effective is very important. And then efficient is about being effective with the least amount of productivity as possible, so that you can increase your effectiveness while at the same time being productive. So your productivity is effective all the time. So it's not like you got to do a ton of productivity to hit your effective outcomes. So you want all of these things happening all at the same time. So you want to look for ways that you can do all three at once: productive, effective, efficient, all three. So what we do here at Work On Your Game and then Work On Your Game University is I coach people on how to make sure we're doing all of these. Productivity is best aided by structure. This productivity is usually a consistency, discipline thing. And a lot of people tell me they want to be more consistent and more disciplined. And the reason that they're not is because they don't have any structure. The challenge is a lot of people know that they need this, but they're not willing to they don't do anything to change it. They just keep telling themselves, oh, I need to be more consistent, but then they keep being inconsistent. So productivity is aided by structure. Effectiveness, hitting the goals, is aided by systems, aided by measurements. You have to have a measurement system of how do you know this is leading to that. If you don't know what leads to what, then there's no way for you to really increase your effectiveness. You can be effective, but you can't alter your effectiveness if you don't know how this thing leads to that thing. So measurement and systems produce effectiveness, and efficiency, doing this much of this leads to that much of this, usually is aided by, in a general sense, is aided by accountability and expertise. Efficiency is aided by expertise, because if I say go to the basketball court and make 50 3-pointers, who's going to be the most efficient at that? Well, was it going to be me or you doing it, or like Steph Curry doing it? Probably Steph Curry, because Steph Curry has expertise in making 3-point shots. So the higher the level of expertise, usually the more efficient somebody is, because they already know how to do it. And efficiency can be taught, and it can be transferred on some levels. Not all efficiency can be easily transferred. It can be transferred, but not easily. So look, Steph Curry could teach me how to shoot 3-pointers, but is it easy for him to make me shoot as well as he shoots? Probably not easy. Right now, he could do it, but it might take some time. So those are the things that you should take from this. I'll probably do a whole podcast episode just on this subject. I wasn't even planning on talking about this, but this is what happens when you're consistently putting the material out. Sometimes ideas come just like that. So I'm gonna make a whole podcast episode just on this context here. Not even what I was gonna say in this video, but I'll do in the next video. I'll talk about what I was gonna say in this one, which is about efficiency. So text me, tell me the best point you got from this video, what you are going to actually incorporate and do different based on what you heard in this video. My number is 305-384-6894. You'll be getting my daily motivation as well once you text me, because you'll be in my text community. And Work on Your Game University, that's where I do all my coaching. That's where I have all my high level frameworks, all my best courses, all my deepest trainings are all inside of Work on Your Game University, as well as the 2 physical books that I send out every month. Physical mailings, they're not books, but my black book, which is, it is kind of a book, but not really. And then my Bulletproof Bulletin, which is like a, I guess some people will call this a newsletter, but I don't like newsletter. It sounds boring. Mine is not boring. Bulletproof Bulletin, which is writing that I do every month. All those come out physically to your mailbox. Those two come out physically to your mailbox when you're a member of the university. All of that is at, and how you get started, all the information, all of that is at workonyourgameuniversity.com. Link and the number both down in the description to this video. Work on your game. Dre, all